So the first move that I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you the tool, if you look at and feel your ulna, and you'll see this on the DVD, the ulna has a really long tool value, and there's an edge to it that you can experiment with by moving your arm like this, grabbing and moving. And so it's not just one place, and you'll see, and I'm going to show you how that works. And I'm going to come away and work toward the feet caudal, and I'm going to start at pretty much right at the ischial tuberosity. And I'm going to sink in, and my ulna is in contact now. If you look at my thumb, basically what I'm talking about is I can move like this and change the angle or the vector of my work, which is extremely important when it comes to structural integration work. Now I'm going to use the right arm, and I'm going to use the olecranon of this, and it's a very pointy, very strong tool. I'm going to come right to the ischial tuberosity, and I'm going to actually make sure I can feel it, which is right there. And I'm going to work the attachments of the hamstrings gently, back and forth, cross-fibering at the attachment. And I might touch in with my client and say, Nicole, if you had to apply a number to this, what are we looking at from 1 to 10?
Probably about 4.
So we're at a 4. So we're at a good working value. So we're working the gluteus package and the hip rotators. So the hip rotators have a tendency to move kind of like in this direction and then under here. And you'll see a picture of that anatomically. And the gluteals move more like this. So your movements you're just going to go along the bony structures, moving in this direction, moving in this direction. And I'm just going to sink in. Left hand is gripping the side of the table, giving me stability. Right thigh is against this, so I can be balanced without falling onto her. Left hand comes in. Now I'm very, very structurally balanced in my own body, and I just sink in. There's no pressure. I don't have to adjust anything. My tool can be very, very sensitive. And I'm going to come along, and I'm just going to come down here. And now I'm just going to start to affect the quadratus lumborum's attachment at the ilium. And I'm going to go along the edge of the ilium. Following it down. Slowly. I'm just waiting. Now my pressure is down in this direction. I'm just sinking down. My left hand gives me a little bit more stability. I come back up. See, when I come back, I'm not jerking because my left hand just pushes in and takes the tool out. I'm not using my tool to come out, which would create some into her body. I'm in. It's my left hand that pushes me out. If you do the quadratus lumborum, in my opinion, you need to do the psoas, because if you look at the anatomy, and here are your vertebrae, in the back of the body, on the deepest attachment transverse process, is the quadratus lumborum. Anteriorly, in front of the spine, are the deepest attachments, or the psoas. So if you work one, you really want to work both and get them both as evened up and as supple as you possibly can. And you create that space by first working in the quadriceps, because it's that sort of kinetic chain in the front of the body. So you work here first and open that, and open the pelvis and lengthen it, and then come up and work the psoas, so you're kind of opening and lengthening the entire front of the pelvis. If you look at your anatomy, you will see the importance of gently freeing this rectus area. Sometimes it's a little bit overdeveloped in people these days. The upper attachment is right here, and you're going to cross fiber it very gently. It can be thick, but it's really not a big, thick attachment. It can be well developed and you can feel it, but we're going to just do a cross fibering here and cross fibering here, and that's going to impact this whole fascial membrane that goes essentially right down to the pubic bone here. And by freeing it here, this whole fascial web will free up. So what we're going to do in this 9-step protocol is we're going to move around the body, and you're going to find out through investigation, through tactile expression, you're going to find out exactly where that structure may be too tight, maybe wrapped, maybe rounded, where there's too much pressure, maybe there's some flaccidity there. So what we're going to do is we're going to move around the body to what I consider the 9-step protocol, to finding where the issue is and alleviating that back pain. Obviously not in one session, but potentially a great improvement in one session, but getting a sense of this person's structure and where you need to attend to in order to create balance in their system. It could be the hamstrings. Very often it is in our society now based on athletics. It could be the quadriceps that are contributing to them because of the pull, where they attach on the pelvis, and how that is creating a tension and some type of a compensatory pattern in the lower back. It may be the hip rotators. It may be the gluteals that are in need of work. This way you're going to hopefully integrate the entire structure, and their chances of having lower back issues are much less. And if they have an issue again, much more easily to get the body back into balance, much more quickly with a lot less difficulties.